Introducing two trainers, Dragontainment Nate and Pokemaniac Rick. You're listening to Pokemania on StudyVoxFM.com.
You're listening to the Pokemania Show with Nate and Rick on StudyVox FM.
Oh, hey.
Oh, hey!
I think Ash Ketchum just introduced us.
That may have happened. That happened right all over your faces.
Yes, it did.
I'm so...
Oh, I'm so happy.
I think you can all guess what's going on. To be fair, we have been...
Tweeting about it.
Well, not us.
No.
StudyVox. Oh.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Pokemania Show. As Ask Ketchum well said to you all. How are we all doing? We all good? Yeah? Wonderful.
Good.
How are you, Nate?
Oh, I'm over the moon. Just because it's Pokemania time.
It's definitely Pokemania time
My
right now.
favourite part of the week.
The only part of the week, some might say.
The only important part of the week.
I hear, like, for the rest of the week, you just, like, lay in bed.
I do.
Listening to old Pokemania reruns.
And then I get out just for today.
And then you get out and you come and do it. And then
That's
you
exactly
spend
what happened.
the rest of the week listening to the old Pokemon.
Definitely.
I do the same. If I'm honest, that's what I do.
Good work.
Wicked. We do have a wonderful show for everybody today. Firstly, an apology, though, about Twitter and all that jazz.
The @Pokemania FM still exists. Don't worry. It's been banned for some reason. Twitter have suspended our account.
Perhaps for being too awesome.
I think so. I think it's because we were posting so many awesome images of Pokemon. But it is on the way of being sorted out, so please do not unfollow us. We will be back shortly, and when we do, I think we'll automatically appear on your follower list if you do follow us anyway.
Being like, hey, here we are. We're back.
For tonight, though, you can still get in touch with us.
Yes, you can indeed, just on
different ways. You can email us at radio@studyvox.com.
Indeed, you can. You can text us if you really do want to. 60777. Start your text words StudyVox.
You can still tweet us at I think it's at StudyVoxFM.
That's what we're on.
Yeah. So you tweet us tonight. Send your tweets in as you normally do, but just send them to at StudyVoxFM tonight.
That would be wonderful. Again, you can go on over to that Facebook thing that they call Facebook, which is www.facebook.com/Pokemania FM.
Hit like while you're there.
Like it. We've got more Twitter followers than we do Facebook likes.
We do.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I think Twitter's where it's at these days.
I don't know. Facebook is still... They haven't made a Twitter movie, have they? They've made a Facebook movie.
Very true. Very true.
There you go.
So what we got coming up on the show?
Oh, we got loads of things. We've got our usual sections. We've got the news, some Pokemon news.
Yeah, but actually, there's quite a lot of... you'll be excited about this. Video game news this week.
Indeed, I will. I'm excited about all Pokemon news, regardless of what it is. Especially if it's Learn to Type with Pokemon Typing Adventure. I'm exceptionally excited about that.
Some would say it's not a game, it's a...
journey.
Good one. We've also got Pokemon of the Week and Pokemon Card of the Week.
Indeed we do. We have our regular, as we've now decided to make it, quiz.
Yeah, where you guys can get involved, send in your tweets with your answers as we do the quiz. That's coming up a little bit later on. Mm-hmm. We don't have a battle this week, but we have something a lot more special.
More comparable.
We have an interview, don't we?
Can something be more comparable? Anyway, shut up. Yes, we do have an interview. We caught up with our good friend Ash Ketchum.
Yeah.
A.k.a. Veronica Taylor.
Yeah, the voice of Ash
actor.
Ketchum. Veronica Taylor, we have an interview with her coming up.
It's good. It's really good, man.
Really good.
Oh.
That's where we got our intro from as well, so thank you very much, Veronica Taylor, for doing that for us.
Yeah.
In the voice of Ash Ketchum.
Play it again.
Should we play it again?
Play it again.
You're listening to the Pokemania Show with Nate and Rick on StudyVox FM.
Oh, it gives me goosebumps every time.
Yeah, that's right. Ash Ketchum just said my name and your name.
Yes, he did.
Boom!
Good work.
That's cool, isn't it?
Thanks again for that.
Show some Twitter love about that.
Yes, indeed.
Twitter love.
We've also got our regular Poke Essentials, where we'll be talking about... What do we talk about? We cover the basics, don't we, of different aspects of Pokemon. But it's not just for beginners, it's for the masters to brush up on their fundamentals.
Pokementals. Poke Essentials. Yeah, it's just something to talk about, really.
Okay. Great.
Something more Pokemon related that I can talk about.
We have a story time, don't we?
Do we? Yes, we do.
We do have a story.
We do have a story.
We didn't have one last week.
No, we had a lot to fit in.
We did.
But now we've also got a lot to fit in, but we're going to try our hardest to fit it in.
Indeed.
Indeed, and we have our competitions.
Yes, we should probably get cracking on those competitions for you guys. Every week, if you are a new listener, we run 2 competitions with a chance for you to win prizes. Our first competition is the caption contest.
Yes, it is.
So what we do here is we pick an image from the anime series of Pokemon, and we want you to come up with creative or comedic captions that are going to make us laugh. I think that's what we're aiming for.
Yeah, I think it's the loudest laugh that I do when I read it.
Or they're particularly witty.
If you've put some Pokemon knowledge into it, then that's always good. Yeah. Maybe we won't go on the laughing thing. We'll just go on a combination of your Pokemon knowledge, how hard I laugh, and how easy your name is to remember.
Fair enough.
That's a lie.
Yeah, that is a lie. What we're gonna? Let's do that now. Let's get the caption.
Do
up.
that. Caption that.
If you look at your webcam right about now, you will see a picture appearing.
Bye!
Of Psyduck.
There he is. Oh,
that's not Psyduck.
That was you. Oh, people were looking carefully at that picture.
I know, and then
it changed just to your face.
I planned that. I still it again. Here we go.
There he is.
There we go.
So what's going on with Psyduck there? I don't know.
I have no clue what's going on.
There's your face again. Hopefully you can incorporate Nate's face into your caption.
That would be cool. No, I shouldn't do it now.
So there we go. There's Psyduck. What's going on there? Think of something funny to say.
If you are one of our lucky winners, you will win a booster pack of 10 official trading card game cards and an online code for the online trading card game. I've got respect.
Oh, mega respect. Hang on, I've got one.
Okay.
Slow down, Psyduck. Some ducks can't hold their water.
Oh, that's a good one. That is a good one.
And I nicked it from Scrubs, so I apologise for that. But never mind.
Okay.
It's not my job to come up with the captions, it's yours.
Send your captions in to any of the ways we previously said, and you can win a booster pack from the latest expansion, Boundaries Crossed. Our second competition is Who's That Pokemon?
Here it is.
Where we'll show you... Well, I'll do it right now. Here we go. Here is an image of a Pokemon that I've changed the colour of to make it a little bit harder.
No, that's Psyduck again. You're having issues with your webcam today, aren't you, Nate?
What's going on with this webcam? Here we go. There it is.
It's not Psyduck, guys.
It's not Psyduck.
I give you my word on that.
So yeah, if you think you know what that Pokemon is just by looking at it, you can send your guesses in, and you will win. You will win the card of that Pokemon as well as the booster pack.
Indeed, we will. Can you shed some light on how good the card is, Nate?
Yeah,
no, apparently not.
No, I can. I was looking at it earlier. It's an okay card. It's not a card that I regularly use, but it's because it's a type that I don't regularly use.
So it's not Mewtwo, Terrakion, or Darkrai.
Yeah. Boom! Thanks for that.
Sorry. Would you like me to give a Pokedex description? I've got one ready. Or should we leave that till later in the show?
No, I think we've got time for a Pokedex entry.
We've got the Pokedex entry. Okay, how about this? They use the long fur on their arms as a whip to strike their opponents. Hello.
Ooh.
Talk about that. Maybe if you're confused, like where's its arms? It's the long whip-like things you see. If you see any long whip-like things, maybe you see needles or I don't know. Is it a Beedrill? One thing that's safe to say is that Pokemon has a bad boy moustache.
That's what it certainly appears so.
So there we go. I think we all agree moustaches are cool. Indeed. So that was there are our two.
They are our two competitions that are running. Throughout the show.
We'll be announcing the winners from last week's competitions. Apologies for the Twitter issues. I know a lot of people entered on Twitter at the time. If you couldn't enter on Twitter because of certain, let's just say, Polygon-related.
Well,
electric.
We did have a few tweets because we still receive the tweets from you guys.
Do we?
Yeah.
Cool.
We still receive tweets, but we can't do anything about it, which is really annoying. So anyway,
well, then why can't they just tweet Pokemania?
Because it's been playing up. and I'm not sure exactly how reliable, whether we get all the tweets or not. Just tweet at StudyVoxFM for tonight until it's fixed.
Cool.
But yeah, we had a tweet from Luke and No Gengar saying, I really hope it's just a Weedle in the system again.
That Weedle's getting into that system.
Yes.
2 quick things to point out. 2 new things. Can you guess what they are, everybody? 2 new things about this. One of them's pretty big. The other one...
I'm running the show and I don't know either.
2 new things about the layout.
The layout. Oh, yeah, okay.
The decorum.
The decor, okay.
Since we changed, just the webcam just changed right there. You should be able to see one of the things in the back. Boom! Look at that.
That's an old poster. That is
If you can't see it properly,
the first movie.
Or perhaps you're not. Perhaps you're not listening live. You're not listening live. You're what's the thing I'm looking? Just listening, not on webcam.
Audio only.
Audio only. That will do. Thank you, Nate. If you are listening just audio only, we have I think the only word to describe this poster is massive. Poster of the first Pokemon movie.
The original film.
Mewtwo versus Mew. Number 150. The Pokemon match of all time is here. Number 151. Boom. That's what it says on it. Courtesy of James Plester. James?
My mum found it.
Yes, she did.
Thank you, James Plester's mum.
Thank you so much. Look how cool it
He
is.
also found this week. I'm going to show you guys.
It's his free thing. That's, you're just looking at me and...
There we go.
She also found that.
Yeah.
She found a load of old Pokemon related things, but not any cards.
This is like a Pokemon collect them all sticker book. It's awesome. Oh, as you can see, we don't have many. We've not finished it, but yeah, check it out.
So we're looking... What we're thinking is a challenge for the show, for our show, is by the end, there will be no end. We don't want to look at it that way, but say maybe by our birthday, our year anniversary of the show, we want to have completed that.
Okay.
So if anybody knows where we can get stickers, or anybody has some stickers lying around that they,
don't want,
like excess stickers, please let us know.
Or just let us know where we can buy them, because I don't even know where to get these from.
I looked into it, and there's an archive that if they have them, we can still buy them. But they said if they're not in the archive anymore, but we have to actually post a letter to them to ask.
I'll
definitely. You can't just email someone.
I'll check out NC Games as well.
Can I have a look? Like, let's see. Is it like? Who makes
this
it?
is all this
Merlin
stuff
collections tops.
All this stuff was 1999, so even that poster was when I went to see the movie. I got that.
That's cool.
Oh, plus free sticker wall chart.
No, it's still in there.
Is it?
Yeah, but I haven't got all the stickers yet.
Definitely got some shiny Pikachu cards.
So yeah, let us know where Pokemon stickers, where you can get them from these days.
Guys, it's all right. We've definitely got Charizard
Good.
and shiny Blastoise.
I've got a song for you now, Rick.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh.
This is Where Are We Now by David Blissey.
David. I didn't mention Victini.
Oh yeah, someone mentioned it on the webcam as well. See if I want to.
I love the Pikachu sitting on speaking.
We'll let you carry on continue. Just gonna take some pictures of you guys.
Cool.
Tinterless.
Look at Electrode.
Maybe we can do it next week.
Emma, have you didn't use that Pokemon yet?
No.
Okay. Cool, that's fine.
Yeah. Oh, just saying to Nate, like he was asking if we should announce the thing and the website. I was saying no.
What's that?
The website.
Announce the website.
No, don't mention anything.
Also, me and Rick were talking about how we'd go about us lot making the Pokemania a brand and us owning the brand.
Yeah. 1 second, now it's ringing.
Okay.
Hello. Nathan. Mike's still on apparently.
Oh, really? Oh, hey. We're just talking Pokemon.
Just Pokemon.
20,000 people, crossbows and broken. Fingers are crossed, just in case. Walking the dead. Where are we now? Where are we now? The moment you know, you know, you know. As long as there's sun, as long as there's sun, as long as there's rain, as long as there's rain, as long as there's fire, as long as there's fire,
Does this turn it on?
as long as there's me,
David,
Weedle.
David Blissey.
as long as there's you.
Can't hear while the mics are on.
Wow. David Blissey.
David Blissey.
It's all-
Really?
I couldn't think of anything to go with Where Are We Now or David Bowie.
David.
It's got the right amount of syllables and it begins in a B and ends in E.
Fair enough. Yeah,
So-
all right. Okay, I'll give you
Okay.
that. Apologies if you could hear us talking over that.
Yeah, we've got a Weedle in the system again.
Looks like the Weedle can't be turned off till the end of the show as well.
That's fine. Our mics are just constantly on.
We don't know why they're still on.
Oh, it's that Weedle.
We'll just
again.
have to shut up and listen to the song.
Indeed.
Enjoy the
In the
songs.
meantime,
Pokemania Weekly.
you know what that means.
Why did you turn the live button off?
I
We've
don't know.
just told everyone.
Force of habit.
Yes, Pokemania Weekly. What have I been up to? What have you been up to? What has everyone been up to, Pokemon-wise? Let us know. Tweet us in. Say hello. We've already got tweets. We've already had captions and everything. Everyone's doing super well. You all rule.
So this week, I've not been playing the trading card game online.
Are you lying to me?
No, I haven't actually played it all week.
Really?
Yeah, I've took a break from it for now.
Why?
Just because I wanted to say I'd done
Are you
something
ill?
different. No, I've been playing Pokemon Fire Red.
Again, you're back on that.
Yeah, I love it. It's no.
Well,
Not,
do that.
Well,
then.
no, I've completed the story, but I haven't completed like the Pokedex of Black.
Oh, right, okay.
Um,
yeah, but that poses an interesting question. When do you consider the game completed?
Well, I consider the game completed when you've done everything.
Does that include catching all the Pokemon?
Absolutely.
By that logic, does that mean that you haven't completed the game unless you actually own all Pokemon?
Have the national decks up to that.
Yeah, but I mean, like, own them as in have them, all a level 100 or fully EV trained, even a level 100 fully EV trained
Oh.
Caterpie. How about that?
I don't know that
Because
that
I
is
don't
a
think
big
'cause
chat. That is
I'm pretty certain, I could be wrong.
Nate, speaking of Pokemon, have you put the competitions on Facebook for me yet?
they will be on very shortly.
Speaking of Pokemon,
Yeah, well, I've
when
got
were
to-
we not speaking?
I've got
show is Pokemon.
to put these on Twitter, but I can't until.
Okay, I'll work on that now.
Right. Yeah. Well, saying that, but I'm pretty certain. I could be wrong, but I'm fairly certain that you cannot have enough. There's not enough box spaces in your PC for you to have all 649 Pokemon.
Really?
Isn't that what they call the living, breathing Pokedex? Because you have every Pokemon in your box.
Is that what it's?
That's what it's called.
But maybe it's something that I'll have to Google right now, see if you can do it. I seem to remember you not being able to do it, and it's about to get a whole lot more difficult.
Now, obviously, when you say 649, I think if you say if I own a Machamp, I class the fact that I've owned a Machop and a Machoke as well.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't have Machop and then Machoke and then Machamp as different Pokemon.
That's
no.
what I'm saying.
No, that's ridiculous. There isn't enough space, but I think there might be enough space to have the fully evolved stage of every Pokemon.
Oh, of course there is. I've done.
Yeah, but to actually own
Almost.
it, yeah.
That's the thing, though. Some people are saying it's called. You've got to catch them all. You've got to actually have them. You've got to catch them all. Not catch them and then evolve them. You've got to catch them all, which is
I dunno,
impossible because you
because-
can't catch some Pokemon. But I mean, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna? Is that what? How do you consider that to be?
I don't know. I think if you own the fully evolved stage of it, you own all of it.
So you say it's not
Because
completed
it's the
until
same
you own
Pokemon.
every Pokemon.
I don't think of Machop and Machoke as a different Pokemon because
Well, they've got different names.
Yeah,
they look
but
different. They've got
Machop-
different stats.
Machop is just an evolved stage. It's just grown into a Machoke. It's the same Pokemon essentially that you caught originally.
No, well, yeah, but it's different.
Yeah, but it's
It
the
looks
same.
different.
It's still got that bond with you from. Doesn't lose the bond.
So you're classing a Pokemon on its bond.
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
Anyway, what have you been up to this week?
Nothing quite as thought-provoking as you, apparently. To be honest with you, I've just been reveling in the fact that I spoke to Ash Ketchum.
Yeah, that has been the highlight of my week.
We've
to be
enjoyed
honest.
that. Again, trying to find out more news about Generation 6 and all that, and the X and Y games, looking all over that. Laughing at some of the videos. Looking at, I've done quite a lot of fan art looking at, and I did have a look, and I'm looking at purchasing some manga.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know what I mean? So I can read the comics. Because and I also started learning Japanese, didn't I? I'm speaking to James and Emma, but they're
Yeah.
both so enthralled in what
I
they're doing.
walked in
Yes,
and
you
you were.
did.
Thank you,
I
Emma.
love the fact that you're learning a brand new language just to expand your knowledge of Pokemon. That is commitment.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, and I do want to go over there and be like, hey guys, where's the nearest Poke Center?
How many characters are there in the Japanese alphabet?
32,
Really?
I think. I could be making that up. No, wait, I'm definitely making that up.
I think you're making
I don't know. I honestly
can't
have no
remember.
clue.
Because I'm pretty sure there's like hundreds.
Anyway, we have to move on to our next section.
Konnichiwa.
Thanks. Do you want to kick this off?
I'd love to kick this off.
Let's do some news for you guys.
Okay. Are we not saying news jingle? News jingle. Jingle for the news. Ba ba ba. That'll do. Registration is now open for the upcoming Wi-Fi competition at the Pokemon Go Global Link. Hello, everybody. I know quite a lot of our listeners will be interested in that. I'm interested in that. I like me linking some globally stuff.
Yep, I'll put an image of the poster, the promo poster for this on the webcam so you can have a look.
There it is. So registration for the 2003 International Challenge January, a new online tournament hosted at the Pokemon Global Link space, is limited, so be sure to register as soon as possible. Registration officially closes at 1 minute to midnight on Thursday, so January the 24th. So unless the player cap is reached before then, so get in as soon as you can. Don't wait for that time. I'm not sure when that is, like 1 minute to midnight on Thursday, January the 24th. What time zone is that?
I think it's UTC.
I don't know what UTC stands for.
Neither do I. If you look on Google at UTC.
Umbreon time code.
Yes, I hope it is.
So make sure.
I think it's Unova.
So there you go. You have until then, and then from that, it starts at directly midnight, Unova time code. Friday, January the 25th, and you have until 1 minute to midnight Unova time code on Monday, the January the 28th, to win as many battles as you can.
Yes.
So basically, my advice to you is sleep from maybe the 17th of January, as soon as the Pokemon Show finishes, until 8 p.m. GMT. Get up, listen to the Pokemon Show, like drink as much caffeine as you can, and just spend the next 3 days battling hard. 4 days, in fact. What do you reckon?
I reckon that's
That might be what
Sounds like a
I'm
plan.
going to do. If you don't have such time constraints as work and all that kind of thing. So for more information on the 2013 International Challenge January, you can visit the special help page at the Pokemon Global link. Of course, go over to www.pokemon.com. It'll all be there.
It is indeed.
That's where we get this news from. Oh, is it me again? You want me to
No,
go
no,
again?
it's fine.
Oh, God. I messed that one up. You do one.
That's fine, no worry.
But see you there, because I'll be entering.
Have you? Do you know about the new Pokemon doll that's been available for your Dream World home?
I like how your news sucks compared to my news.
No, it's awesome. For you Pokemon Dream World fans, there is a new Pokemon doll available. You can get it. It's the Arceus doll, and it does look really cool, actually. You need to head over to your Pokemon Trainer Club mailbox for a password that will unlock this Deco item at the Pokemon Global link. And they've also announced that you should be checking your Trainer Club mailbox over the next several months, because every month they're going to be releasing a new Pokédoll.
Hello. Get yourself some Pokédolls.
Arceus. Honestly, it looks really cool.
Do you then class completing the game as having all the Pokemon and all the Pokemon dolls?
Yes.
Yes. You
Yes.
need to have all those Pokemon
Yes,
dolls.
absolutely, or you've not completed
Wow.
the game.
Is there a trading situation for Pokemon dolls where you can give your trade your Pokemon dolls, but still keep them in some form of Pokemon doll decks?
I'm not sure. I'm honestly not sure.
Pokemon doll decks.
If you know
Again.
if you know how to trade Pokédolls, let us know, because I'm not entirely sure on that.
These are just genius ideas that pop off the top of my head. Nintendo,
Good work.
pay attention.
We've got another song now.
Do we?
Yeah, it's Paramore with Pocket Monster.
Come on, we're getting bad at this.
You were my conscience, so solid, now you're like water. We started drowning, not like we'd sink any further. But I let my heart go, it's somewhere down at the bottom. But I'll get a new one and come back for the hope that you've stolen. I'll stop the whole world. I'll stop the highway from turning into a monster and eating us alive. Don't you ever wonder how we survive? Well, now that you're gone, the world is I'm only human. I've got a skeleton in me, but I'm not the villain. Despite what you're always preaching, call me a traitor. I'm just collecting your victims, and they're getting stronger. I hear them calling. I'll stop the whole world. I'll stop the highway from turning into a monster and eating us alive. Don't you ever wonder how we survive? Well, now that you're gone, the world is ours. When you find out strength and solutions, but unlike the tension, and not always knowing the answers, well, you're gonna lose it. You're gonna lose it. I'll stop the whole world. I'll stop the highway from turning into a monster and eating us alive. Don't you ever wonder how we survive? Well, now that you're gone, the world. I'll stop the whole world. I'll stop the highway from turning into a
You're listening to the Pokemania Show with Nate and Rick on StudyVox FM.
I can't get bored of that.
No, I'm never going to get bored of that. That's going to be my ringtone. When people phone me, it's just going to be that.
Yes.
How could it, yeah.
Oh, I'm doing that. After this show, I'm doing that.
That's what's happening. Yes, indeed. So that was Paramore with
Well, the song is called Monster.
Poke Monsters.
Pocket Monster.
Yeah, I know.
Pocket Monster.
Where
That
do you
was my attempt of saying it in Japanese.
I was like, where do you think Paramore are from?
No, that's how it's said in Japanese.
Okay.
Trust me.
Man.
Trust me.
Well, due to my limited knowledge of Japanese, but again, I'm trying, so that's going well. I'd just like to give a quick shout out to my friend Alex Hart, who sent me a voicemail, and it was an emotionally charged voicemail. It was really funny.
While we're giving shout outs, we did say it last week, but we hope that Luke and No Gengar had a good birthday.
Oh, yeah.
Tweeted in.
Oh, yeah.
And he said,
I believe it was yesterday, wasn't it?
he said, well, yeah, yesterday. You're right. Yesterday was his birthday, and he got some Pokemon cards for the trading card game online. And on there, he got a full art Shaymany X. Well done.
Boom. Happy birthday.
Good card as well.
There you
so
go.
thank you for tweeting in.
Full art is good.
We've
Apparently,
had
the Pokemania FM Twitter is back on.
Oh, really?
Apparently, it's just come back on.
Oh, fantastic.
Hooray.
So we've also had a tweet in from Jose, who says, awesome Pokemon show, so thank you very much for listening. Thank you to everyone who keeps sending the tweets in. We are constantly checking
Thank you
them.
for everybody who answered my plea for questions on the interview as well. You guys rule.
Yes.
Well, and again, I'll save that for the interview. We'll talk in the interview. Right now, it's time for
Poker Trivia.
I'm glad you remembered the jingle, because I didn't.
Yep, I'm here for you, bro. Poker Trivia number 1. Like the lovable monsters themselves, the original idea for Pokemon evolved and transformed. Satoshi Tajiri's concept for Pokemon manifested itself in a manga named Capsule Monsters. Within its pages, you can see the birth of many of the ideas that have since become so familiar to gamers everywhere, such as interactions with other trainers en routes, the shape of Kanto, and indeed Pokeballs. And I believe Nate's going to...
I have an image of this...
Interesting poker fact.
trivia of the manga called Capsule Monsters. Here we go.
There you go. Perhaps more interesting is the presence of some early Pokemon designs. The front cover of the manga, as you can see, depicts an oddly familiar reptilian creature bounding towards a similarly familiar humanoid creature. These would eventually become, Nidorino and Gengar, who, as every Pokemon fan should know, are and as I've asked in a Pokemon quiz
I was going to say.
yeah, who appear on the opening sequence to Pokemon Red, and that's exactly why these two seemingly random Pokemon appear together, to pay homage to the original manga concept.
That's really cool. I didn't know that.
Look at that. That's top stuff, isn't it? And again, because I told you, I haven't read all these facts, so I'm hoping I'm not going on it, but remember I told you that Game Freak, before they made games, made comic books.
You did tell me that, and I know it's not one of our facts.
Okay, so there you go. Look at that, Capsule Monsters. That's where it originally comes from. Boom. There's some... all I'll say is today, there's some fun facts that I didn't know that kind of give you an insight into the whole Pokemon thing, not just from us, but from Veronica Taylor herself.
Yes,
she dropped some.
Definitely.
Dropped some bombs on it.
Just quickly, I can confirm that our... Twitter is back up and running.
Woo!
So if you want to send your tweets into @Pokemania FM for the rest of the show, that would be great.
It's up to you, though. We're trying to...
We're monitoring both.
We're monitoring both.
Yeah, we're
anyway.
monitoring both. So fact number 2. In Pokemon Emerald, players could obtain an old sea map via an event. It would allow access to a place called Faraway Island. I'm sure some of you know that. On this island was a wild Mew. Now, before the player enters the forest, there's a sign that's kind of jumbled up and misjointed. There's letters and words missing from it.
Weathered from the slow decay of time, I assume.
Thank you for that caption there, Rick. In the Japanese version of the game, the message is mysteriously signed G, and the first half of the name is missing. So
Wait, you say G. J-I.
Sorry, J-I.
Not like G.
sorry, it's signed J.I., pronounced G. The only character in the Pokemon universe that really fits this signature is our Kanto friend, Mr. Fuji.
Fuji. The Fugees.
Mr. Fuji, who was known to be involved in Mewtwo's creation.
Sorry, I just had a brilliant idea. You carry on.
With this in mind, it appears that Faraway Island holds the very Mew that was used to create Mewtwo, as mentioned in Cinnabar Island's diary entries. And it was obviously, it's thought that it was brought to a remote island, Faraway Island, to keep it out of harm's way. And there's a picture of Mew and Mewtwo on the wall for you.
You say it's like the fact was it's the Mew that was involved in Mewtwo's creation.
Yeah.
The Mew that was used to create Mewtwo. Isn't there supposed to be only one Mew?
Well, that's what the Pokédex suggests, but others say no.
Interpret it how you will.
Well, if you think on the game, there's more than one Mewtwo.
Is there?
Because especially now, since the release of Next Destinies last year, when they released the special Mewtwo that was like souped up, the stats were unbelievable. But it's a different Mewtwo, so you could essentially have more than one Mewtwo. Strange.
Well, I think you should have that in the games by completing the game, catching it, sending it across to another one, completing the game again, catching it. So you could have a team of Mewtwo if you really had that kind of inclination to spend that amount of time doing it. But I always thought that there was only one.
Well,
But there you go.
What do you guys think? Tweet in at Pokemania FM.
Trivia-
What do you think?
Trivia
Okay.
fact number 3. Anybody who has played the original Pokemon games will remember the grumpy old man lying in the street of Viridian City, refusing to let the player pass until he has had his coffee fix. Amusingly, in the Japanese version, he's not grumpy and stubborn, but rather passed out from being drunk.
There is an image on your webcam for that right now.
There he is. That guy.
You'll remember that guy.
Yeah, but that's from Fire Red, isn't it? Fire Red and Leaf Green.
Yeah, that's from Fire Red, but it's in the original.
Yeah.
But that's where it is.
This was changed for us over here, as it was deemed unsuitable for the age group the games were targeted at, which is fair enough.
It makes
But-
sense about the coffee thing, though, now. Because that's what you're supposed to give people who are drunk.
The thing is, the drunk thing is bad, but so is being grumpy and demanding coffee.
True.
You know what I mean? Still not giving out a great image. Just saying, kids, just go lie in the road and demand coffee. Kids, do that. It'd be great.
Yeah.
Don't do that, kids.
No, do not do that.
I think if there's one thing you should get from this Pokemania episode is do not lie in the road and ask for coffee.
Cool. We need to move swiftly on. Number 4. I've just seen the time. Number 4. I'll put this up here. If the conditions are correct, it is possible for a level 1 Pokemon to level up all the way to level 87 in a single battle. The criteria is strict, however. It must involve defeating a trainer-owned Blissey, as Blissey gives the highest experience in yield, with an internationally traded level 1 Pokemon who is holding a lucky egg amongst a bunch of other factors. Suffice to say, you won't have come across this phenomenon by chance, but there is a way that you can level up a Pokemon from level 1 to 87.
Indeed you can. Look into that if you really want to, but I like to just run the Elite Four several times.
I think that's what I do, to
with
be honest.
XP share and a lucky egg. Boom. How about that? Indeed. So, number 5. It is actually possible for a female Azurill to evolve into a male Marill. Bonkers. The reason for this is because Azurill and Marill have different gender ratios. Azurill has a 75% chance of being female, while with Marill it's only 50%. Due to the mechanics that decide gender, a hidden value called the personality gender, maybe we'll go into that in a Poke Essentials in the future, combined with this unique ratio difference, 1 in 3 female Azurill will change gender when they evolve. Controversial.
Indeed. Fact number 6. I knew this because you told me this, actually, but here we go. Rhydon is the 122nd Pokemon in the National Dex. It's something of an unsung hero.
Why, Nate?
It holds the distinction of being the very first Pokemon to be created, an honour some people incorrectly assume to belong to Pikachu or Bulbasaur. As a result, Rhydon was also the first Pokemon to be entered into the red and blue with the index number 001. Dinosaur-like statues can be found all throughout Kanto, as are thought to decide depict Rhydon for this reason. So it's kind of paying homage to Rhydon being the first Pokemon ever created.
Indeed it is. I told you that, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
See, I knew a lot of these that were on here, actually, because remember earlier today you were like, oh, but you didn't know this one, and I did.
Good work.
We need to crack on, though. Number 7. According to Pokedex entries, the Dark-type Pokemon Absol is said to appear in places that are about to experience a natural disaster. Though generally Pokedex entries are intended to be taken with a pinch of salt, Absol actually makes some appearances near disasters. For example, in Pokemon Platinum, that's Generation 4 game, wild Absol appear in Mount Coronet, and they can be encountered by the player before Giratina is released by Team Galactic and the Distortion World is opened. In Black and White, Absol appear in the Giant Chasm, a place that disaster is said to fall upon those who enter. And I believe in the Giant Chasm there's a bad boy Pokemon that you should all go and get. I'm not going to tell you which.
Okay. Up next.
Yeah?
There he is. I had to put him on the webcam. In 2008, a team of Japanese scientists discovered a protein enzyme. It's a bit more complicated than that, but I'm not an expert in science. They named the protein Pikachurin after, yes, Pikachu.
Boom.
The protein's characteristics reminded them of Pikachu's speed and relationship with electricity.
How about that? There you go. Number 10. Number 9. Forget the eerie Shedinja or the whole host of wrong that is Mr. Mime. The bug grass type Parasect needs some acknowledgement for being one of the creepiest Pokemon out there. According to its Pokedex entry, since evolving from Paras, the parasitic Tochukaso mushroom on its back have grown and completely taken over the host. What does this mean? Well, basically, it means that the Parasect itself is in fact the mushroom controlling the Paras, now a zombified shell of its former self, hence the disturbing lack of pupils. That's
kind of creepy.
Outrageous, so there you go.
So, and finally, number 10.
There
he is.
Why do you get all the pictures?
Sorry, I thought it's nice to show the Pokemon
that was
I'm
number
talking
10.
about. No, this is number 10. In an interview with Ken Sugimori, he revealed that he intended for Hydreigon to be, and its pre-evolutions, to be designed as a techno-organic tank-like Pokemon. Ultimately, the designs didn't really work, so a different motive was chosen. The 3 Pokemon were based on Yamata no Orochi, the legendary 8-headed dragon serpent that some of you may be familiar with. It's sometimes depicted in video games like Okami, I think it's called Okami. According to Sugimori, Hydreigon has one true head. Its oddly shaped wings and hands are meant to represent the others, and the odd purple lines across its body are actually a nod to its original tank design, as they resemble caterpillar tracks. So there it is. There's your poker trivia done. I should say that the Pokemon facts this week were taken from an official Nintendo magazine. They did an article on Pokemon facts that you may not know, and there they are. So if you didn't read them, now you know.
Indeed you do. Let's move on to our next section as we're running low on time. Keep tweeting, everybody. Thank you very much. Keep your competitions going in.
Poke Essentials.
Poke Essentials.
I like how he said that at the same time. It was a little weird. So today's Poke Essentials, I would like to talk to people about generations. Now, a lot of people will know what I mean by that, but that is, it is in fact, in the Pokemon franchise, it's what I mean by generation is a subset of series that is set around the same time, focusing on the same region and featuring the same Pokemon. So, in the Pokemon franchise itself, it's based around regions and what Pokemon exist in that region for, like, what Pokemon would breed there and things like that.
Yes.
When it comes to the games and outside the Pokemon franchise, basically generation just means what game was released when, what group of games were released around the same time, and then which ones can be traded and which group of Pokemon were released in that generation. So, for example, in the anime, it tends to be ignored because you can find other Pokemon in different places.
Like Togepi was in the first series and things like that.
Indeed, but most recently in the Black and White anime, everybody in the Unova region seems remarkably surprised to see a Pikachu, as they are incredibly rare. So that's just an example in the anime of what generations are. What I mean by generations is, of course, there are, at the moment, 5 generations of the game Pokemon. We all know that that's going to change.
Yeah, with the 6th one was announced last week.
Indeed.
I have an image for these about actually.
Indeed, you can. So, generation 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You can see Nate's image has got the first 5 generations with the starter Pokemon. So, from left to right, Charmander, Squirtle, Bulbasaur, Cyndaquil, Totodile, Chikorita, Torchic, Mudkip, Treecko, Chimchar, Piplup, what's he called? Turtwig, Tepig, Oshawott, Snivy.
Good work, Rick.
Thank you. Mudkip? Yeah, I think it's Mudkip. But there you go. That was difficult to do, actually.
Good work.
Just off the top of your head.
It is Mudkip.
Indeed. So, in lines, you've got your generations there. You've got your 5 generations. The thing with generations is the first generation would have been, of course, the red, blue, and yellow games. So that would be generation 1. And there was 151 Pokemon in them. So that's what we called first gen Pokemon. Second generation was gold, silver, and crystal. And that was generation 2. And there was an extra 101 added to that. So that made the combined total up to 252. And then onwards, they added more. But the thing was, as generations went on, when you found your national dex, they had all the Pokemon before in it. So as the generations went up, the total number of Pokemon increased.
And it currently stands at
649, with Genesect and Melotta being.
There is a really cool video you guys could check out if you head over to Poker Beach, which is a really good website. They've got a video with a recent video, if you scroll down when you get to the news section of Poker Beach, talking about the history of Pokemon games, and they do briefly cover the generations and the games that go with it.
Indeed. But so generation 3 would be the Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. But they also include, now this is where it gets a bit weird, the Fire Red and Leaf Green games. Because those games have all the Pokemon up until that point on them. So you can get Pokemon like Lugia and like Aggron and things like that in your Fire Red and Leaf Green. Generation 4 games, the predominant ones were Diamond and Pearl and Platinum, but again there was Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Fire Red and Leaf Green and Heart Gold and Soul Silver, for anybody who doesn't know, were just remakes of the Generation 1 and the Generation 2 games, but on different platforms. And we've updated Pokemon on them and updated Pokemon moves. And then you've got Black and White and Black and White 2, which are Generation 5. And obviously on Black and White and Black and White 2, you can get all the Pokemon you could, with the exception of Black and White Kyurem on Black and White. So you can get all the Pokemon from all the other generations. How do you do that, I hear you ask? There are certain ways that you can go and catch all the old Pokemon. You can do that. But of course, the game isn't the most ridiculously huge thing ever. You can't have every Pokemon in one game.
No.
So there are ways of doing it, such as trading between your games and your generations. So trading between the first generation and the second generation, there was a time capsule feature. So you could trade your Generation 1 games across to Generation 2. Okay. However, what you can't do is trade backwards. No. It's a permanent trade. So
that's the rule for all of them, isn't it?
Yeah.
I can't trade from Pokemon Black and White to Fire Red, for example.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't trade those
backwards,
Pokemon back.
No.
So like you can't trade your Pokemon to your Generation 2 Sentret across for a Geodude.
No.
It can't be done. So that was how they did it in Generation 1 and 2. Generation 3 and Generation 4 games, using Pal Park, you could trade across. And there was a thing called the Pokemon Transfer Lab to trade from Generation 4 to Generation 5. So say, for example, you got a Mew on your Generation 1 game, or then what you'd have to do is I don't think you can do it. You'd have to trade up through all the games. You can't trade straight from 1 to 5.
No.
You need to trade all the way through all the generations to get your Mew on your Black and White game, which can be a bit of a pain. And trust me, I have done it with several Pokemon. I've traded several from my Ruby and Sapphire up to Black and White, and it can be a little bit you've got to put some effort in. But with the on the Generation 5 trading up, they've put a little mini game in, which is quite fun, where you have to catapult Pokeballs at the Pokemon you want to trade up and catch them. So they've made it quite fun in that respect, but it is more time consuming.
The only game I've actually traded like across generations from was from Fire Red to Heart Gold. So they're the only ones I've actually cross-traded generations, because I obviously don't play the game as much as you. And I did that through migration. You know, if you've got the Nintendo DS Lite with the old style cartridge port and the new style card port, you could migrate them. So using the same Game Boy, you could migrate them from your cartridge game onto Heart Gold, and you have to go into this like little area and recatch them, but they always appear. So
that's what I did, and that's how you can. That's the only way you can do it.
Yeah.
That's why I've never got rid of my DS.
No,
the original DS.
they are. I've got the same reason for me, because they've with that cartridge port, it's really handy.
Yeah. So you can trade them. I believe there are other ways of doing it, awkward ways, and maybe costly ways as well. But it's the price you pay for trying to catch them all. Never mind.
Indeed.
So that was Poke Essentials on Generation. Only 38 seconds after I should have ended. Boom.
Pokemon of the week.
You know what that means, Rick?
It means it's time for my Pokemon of the week. This is a lot of me talking.
It's fine.
But I'm fine
I like
with that.
hearing your voice.
Oh, thank you.
Fine, the mics are stuck on live anyway.
Yeah, they're always on.
Always on. So I can talk as much to my heart's content. So my Pokemon of the week this week, I did something a little bit, just to encompass everything. Well, you've just shown everyone there, haven't you?
Sorry, that was a bit early, wasn't it?
I was gonna dance around the subject for a second, but there you go. Look at that fella. That's Tangrowth right there. He's my Pokemon of the week this week. Now, again, not something I'd normally do, because he is just a pure grass type Pokemon. We know how I feel about grass,
Yeah.
but I think we can agree
Is
that
it pure grass?
pure grass, just
I
grass.
thought it was grass normal. I was wrong.
Indeed, you were. But there are very good points to this Pokemon, and I will go through them shortly. Of course, he evolves from a Tangela, your Generation 1, as we all remember, grass Pokemon, and you need to evolve him by leveling up, but only while he knows the move Ancient Power. So once Tangela's learnt the move Ancient Power, you can then level him up, and he will evolve into Tangrowth. But you need to make sure he knows Ancient Power, so don't get rid of that. And that can only happen at level 36. It's a rock move. It's all right. It's good, but one of the good things about Ancient Power is it can also raise all of the user's stats.
Okay.
Chance of doing that, which is quite helpful, especially for this Pokemon, and I'll go into why later. So you've got your Tangrowth, just a grass. His weaknesses include fire, ice, psychic, poison, bug, and flying.
Okay.
So that's 5 weaknesses, not good. He doesn't have any time for weaknesses, what with him only being a
One type Pokemon,
single type Pokemon. The reason I've gone for him, and some of the good parts about grass, it includes, like, they have moves like Mega Drain, which aren't exactly hard hitting, but as we all know, Mega Drain can get health back. And he learns like Stun Spore, Poison Powder, Growth, Sleep Powder, Constrict, Ingrain. These are all kind of like tactical moves that you can use. Sleep Powder puts people to sleep. Growth increases your attack and special attacks. That's really good. Mega Drain gets your health back. Stun Spore paralyzes them. Natural Gift, if it's got a berry, if it's holding a berry, then a move does something different compared to that. So it's quite a tactical Pokemon. Tickle, which is always funny. Tickle reduces the target into laughing, reducing its attack and defense stat.
That would definitely happen, though, if someone did that.
Exactly.
So
Ring Out. The more HP the target has, the greater the power. It's quite a tactical Pokemon, so you need to look into all of its moves and which ones you want. I will go through a few now. It can do block, which means it can keep the Pokemon in battle. It can't escape if you use block.
that's cool.
One of the other good things about this Pokemon is its stats. Now, let's have a look at its stats. Its special defense is 50 and its speed is 50, so it's not fast and it can't take a lot of special damage. Okay, that's all right. But then the rest of its stats are quite fancy, to be honest with you. HP 100, it's not bad.
Not bad.
Attack 100, not bad. Defense 125, hello. Special attack 110. That's 4 things that you have a choice between.
It's
doing
quite
your
well-rounded.
Yeah, doing your EVs on. So you could be quite the helpful Pokemon if you wanted. high defense, high HP, and make him quite the pain to take down.
Yeah.
Quite strenuous to take down with his so he takes a lot of damage. He can boost his attack and special attack, just mean he can knock things out. Do any combination of that. It's always good. And especially with its combination of moves, they can be quite special, or some of them are special, some of them are physical. That's the way it works. One thing what I will say about it is he can use your TMs because some of his level up moves aren't great, but when you take him to a move tutor in Black and White or Black and White 2, some of the moves he can learn are very, very nice. Like, for example, I definitely recommend getting a Giga Drain in. Basically, Giga Drain restores the HP of the user by half the damage taken by the target. And it does 75 attack and 100 accuracy, and that's power points 10. So that's a really nice move. Seed Bomb, quite funky. The user slams a barrage of hard-shelled seeds down the target from above, 80 damage. Snore, Synthesis, which is good. The user restores its own HP. The amount of HP regained varies with the weather, so Synthesis is a good one. Some good moves like that. So I would recommend taking it to your move tutor. Indeed.
Quick question. I think obviously, well, for me anyway, it's a Pokemon that I've overlooked because earlier I said, what's your Pokemon of the week this week, Rick? And you went Tangrowth, and I went, who?
One of the things about this Pokemon is he's a Generation 4 Pokemon. So
that was just my next question. Yeah,
he was only introduced in Diamond and Pearl and Platinum.
Oh, okay.
As one of those, it was about. There's quite a few in that, like Electivire, Magmortar.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
There's quite a few. One Togekiss that already existed, and now they've got evolutions, which is quite cool. Another good thing about this Pokemon are its abilities. It's quite an all-rounded thing. I've got a lot to talk about with Tangrowth. I quite like him. I think I might use him. I was looking, I thought, oh, this is interesting. So one of its abilities is Chlorophyll. When sunny, the Pokemon's speed doubles. However, speed will not double on the turn the weather becomes clear skies. So it's got a speed of 50. If you want to have the move Sunny Day, you can double your speed.
That's really cool.
That's your base stat. So yeah, that's an interesting one. You've got Leaf Guard, prevents the Pokemon from receiving status conditions during strong sunlight. Interesting. So your Sunny Day again. And its hidden ability is Regenerator. Now, when the Pokemon switches out of battle, up to 33.3, so a third, of its maximum HP is restored. Now, how cool is that?
That's very cool.
When he's taking a lot of damage, you switch him out, put a different... Say, like, you're using him to battle a water Pokemon. You take the water Pokemon down, you've taken a bit of damage. Out comes a fire Pokemon, you're like, well, I don't want to do this. You switch him out for a water Pokemon, he then gets a third of his HP back. That's a really, really cool, and again, quite a tactical ability to have. So that's probably what I'd go for. Your Regenerator, nice. Means you've got a lot of choices with this Pokemon, a lot to think about, a lot to do. His stats aren't perhaps the most beefy thing in the world. He's no Shuckle.
I don't know. I mean, all really well-rounded, especially with that ability that ups his speed, that can up his speed to 100.
Yeah.
That's serious. It's like really well-rounded for a Pokemon.
Indeed.
I'm impressed you picked Tangrowth actually, because you were thinking of another Pokemon. It was legendary.
Yeah.
And I like if you picked an underdog almost.
I haven't gone for any legendaries yet in my Pokemon of the week, because I've explained a couple of legendaries when they've been announced and things like that, but they've not been my Pokemon of the week as of yet. But yeah, Tangrowth, here he is. He's looking pretty cool. And yeah, like I said, go out and give him a catch, give him a battle, see what he's like, see what you're saying.
Wicked.
Indeed, Tangrowth, there he is.
So, very quickly, we can cover what's coming up on the rest of the show.
Indeed, we can.
We've got our quiz coming up really shortly, where you guys can get involved. We want you to keep tweeting your answers to the quiz as we go along, see how you compare to us here in the studio.
Especially seeing as we've now got our Twitter back.
Yes. We've also got my Pokemon card of the week coming up. We have our interview that I know a lot of you are excited about.
I'm so excited.
I'm so excited. We have our interview with Veronica Taylor, the voice of Ash Ketchum, coming up shortly. We have some more news, and we also have story time with Rick and our winners to announce from last week.
Yes, indeed.
Lot to get through, indeed.
Yes, we do. And we have some more songs to play that are Pokemon related. That's what I was saying when you were like, Mr. Fuji. And I was like, the Fujis?
Oh, yeah.
Why aren't we playing some Fujis?
Why aren't we indeed?
Oh, next
Sorted.
week's show,
Next
we've got
week.
that. There's a song that we can play. Hello, everybody. We're all happy. Thank you for everybody who's taking part in the competitions. I'm feeling because I don't know where James Plester's gone. And I need him for the quiz.
We
if I'm
do. We
honest.
need James Plester for the quiz.
So I'm doing a little bit of filling.
That's okay.
But thank you for everybody who's still taking part in our competitions. We've had some funny ones for the caption. A lot of people getting what the who's that Pokemon is.
Yes.
Oh, another thing that I wanted to say that I forgot to say earlier, we have, and some people have tweeted in and noticed that we've got a new, Emma McGann has kindly lent us for the 2-hour period another Pokemon plushie. Can you guys guess which one he is? You can see him on one of the webcams. He's quite there, he's staring at you. Him, her, I'm not entirely sure. He's like,
Oh,
"Hello."
yeah.
There he is. If you can see him just next to Gengar, we've got a Victini.
Yes.
Hello, Victini.
We do.
That means we've now got 2 Pikachus, Big Pikachu, Small Pikachu, Tepig, Snorlax, Oshawott, Axew, Starly, Gengar, and Victini. That's 9.
Only 640
to go. Wow.
Wow. This room will be
Although,
full.
no, 641 because I counted Pikachu twice.
Oh, okay.
There he is. He's up there. I've put him on the speaker because he's massive. So everyone can see. He's like at the back, like, hello. He's not been naughty or anything. I've not put him on the naughty speaker. Emma, do you want to go and find James?
I will.
Thank you.
We need to do this Pokemon quiz. It's coming up very
Because
shortly.
Nate's angry because he's planned this script out.
Oh, I know. Never goes to plan.
The naughty speaker.
I just news just in, literally just in, right now. You can now study the Pokemon Genesect. All of its details are available.
Paleozoic.
Sorry, yeah.
That's the word you were.
Yeah.
You decided not to pronounce.
Study the Paleozoic Pokemon Genesect. You can get all the details for this mythical Pokemon on the Pokedex 3D Pro app and the Pokedex iOS app for iPhone and iPad. So all the details are there. Now you can find out all you need to know about Genesect.
He's coming.
He's a coming.
I'm going to switch seats for this quiz.
Indeed, you get on that, and I will recap on everybody how they can get in touch with us if anyone should decide to do so. Please do. We love to hear from you guys. It makes our day. You can text us on 60. Just making too much noise now, Nate.
Sorry.
God. You can text us on 60777. Start your text with the word StudyVox. You can Skype us at StudyVoxFM. You can email us, radio@StudyVox.com. You can tweet us at our fully restored now at Pokemania FM. Hello, there we are. Follow us, please. Once we get to 1,000, we'll be like, hello, Pokemon tattoos.
Yes, we're getting Pokemon tattoos.
I'm not. Sorry.
Find me and Nate will.
Yeah, and we're going to film it all.
We're going to film it all.
Yeah, and play it live in the show.
Oh, sweet.
So you'll get to see...
Preferably sped up, right? Not
Yeah,
like...
Yeah.
Not the whole thing.
We'll probably just slow down for the painful parts.
Or you can head over to Facebook, www.facebook.com/Pokemania FM. Hit like while you're there. Be great. Tell all your friends as well. This would be brilliant. Right. Now it's time for...
It's time to test your knowledge in the Pokemon quiz.
Yeah, it is. That's what I'm talking about. Time for the Pokemon quiz. However, somebody's nicked my sheet with all my questions. And by nicked, I mean I just placed it somewhere silly. My bad. As usual, tweet your answers in. Let us know how you're doing. Let's be honest with us. See how well you do against our regular quizzes. We've got Dragon Tamer Nate.
Hey.
We've got Cool Trainer James.
Hey.
And we've got Emma.
Hey.
We need to get you a name. Let's pick
know.
one. Do you want to go with, like, I don't know.
Botanist.
Botanist.
I don't think there's a botanist.
Professor.
Professor Emma.
I don't think I do that name any justice, that title, Professor.
Depends how well you do in the quiz, I guess.
Indeed. If you win, you're going to be Professor Emma.
Okay.
Right, let's kick off. Question number 1. How many episodes of Pokemon have not been aired in the US or UK? If you can name any of them, I'll be super impressed. Big band episodes. How many episodes?
Can I tell you what happens instead of naming them?
No, because
Oh.
Because I know what
actually do it. Yeah, write it down. Let's see what you get anyway. Why not? So that question again, if you're taking part at home, how many episodes of the Pokemon anime show have not been aired in the US and UK? Some of these haven't been aired in Japan as well, but I'm specifically looking at the US and the UK. Question number 2. What was the first Pokemon Ash tried to catch? They're writing hard. I have a feeling that they've not even got onto question 2 yet. They're still trying to describe the band.
The first
episodes.
Pokemon Ash caught?
No, tried to catch.
Yeah.
Have I been a little tricksy there? Question number 3. Are we all ready for question number 3?
Yeah.
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 Okay. How can you tell the difference between a male and female Pikachu? I'm looking for a physical characteristic. I'm not looking for anything other than that. Okay. How can you... What are the physical... Stop looking at the teddies! One of them's not... Hang on, let me have a look.
Oh, I know this.
Do you?
I do.
Interesting. So question number 3 again. How can you tell the difference between a male and female Pikachu?
Lift it up and look upside down.
It's not like chickens.
One wears mascara.
Yeah, it's like baby chicks. You have to squeeze them and find
In
the
a certain
different
place.
Yeah, find the different point. That's weird to say on the air. Sorry, guys. Question number 4. What type is the move Rage Powder?
Rage.
Powder. I know. Up until up until today, I didn't know there was a move Rage Powder.
It sounds like a big letdown, the last word. Rage powder.
Yeah. Would you prefer something like Rage Cannon or?
Yeah.
Fair enough. So question number 4, what type is the move Rage Powder? Here we go. Question number 5. What is the name of the fully evolved version of the basic Pokemon Whismur?
Of?
Whismur.
Oh, God.
I've got to put some difficult ones in. Now,
What's the basic Pokemon?
the basic Pokemon is Whismur. What's the fully evolved version of that Pokemon? Whismur. What word does that sound like? That's a little clue. Whismur. Anybody for a game of Chinese Whismurs? Question number 6. What does the amulet coin held item do? I should rephrase that. What does the held item, the amulet coin, do? So when you hold it and you send that Pokemon into battle, what effect does that held item have? Are we all getting there?
I've got the best answer for 5.
Question number 7. The event item, the GS Ball, was used in the Ilex Forest to encounter which Pokemon? So there's an event item, and it's called the GS Ball. And when you took it to the Ilex Forest, what Pokemon did you encounter? I'm not going to tell you what generations, because that might give it away. Say, for example, like what you were telling us earlier, Faraway Island. Question number 8. What was the original Machamp card move called? So the original Machamp card, what move did Machamp have? I don't care about how much damage it did, or how many energies or anything like that. And in the original first set of the cards, what was the English name, of course, please? Don't give me any
I just wrote the Japanese one.
I knew you would. What was the move called? A little bit of hint. It was a fighting Pokemon. Obviously, it's Machamp,
Obviously, he was wearing a tux.
and definitely was wearing a tux.
We
And
were
it was a
both
shiny card. And I actually have one on. I brought it in. Oh no, I didn't. I gave it away to someone. I brought it in and then I gave it away to someone because
I'm not doing too well on this quiz. I'm finding this one hard.
right.
Not.
Question number 9. What is the age recommendation for the Pokemon trading card game? What was the official age recommendation?
It's probably not 22 like us.
Hey, I'm 23 and James is 24.
Am I the youngest here then?
Yeah. Not the time to discuss this.
I want to say.
I don't care what you
Nate,
want to say.
just write
I
down.
just care what you say. So that was
wanna
question
say
number
that,
9. What is
but-
the age recommendation for the Pokemon trading card game? You can have a look on the back of any of the booster packs, any of the boxes.
This isn't
it'll
my
say.
recommendation.
No, it's the official recommendation. But please, in brackets, put your recommendation next to it. Finally, question number 10. What is this Pokédex entry describing? Which Pokemon am I describing here? Inhaling the gas they belch will make you sleep for a week. They prefer unsanitary places. Which Pokemon is that? Would you like to hear it again?
No.
Well, I'm going
Yeah.
Well, I'm
So
going
I'm
to
just
say it
thinking,
again.
I'm
I don't
deep
care
in
what
thought.
you think.
Yes.
Inhaling the gas
James
they
Pastor.
belch will make you sleep for a week. They prefer insanitary places. Need any questions again?
No, we're done.
No, good. Everybody online happy? So while I mark these and laugh at everybody's scores, we're going to play the game. Play the game? We're going to play the game. We're just going to play the Pokemon game. We're going to play the song Biffy Clyro with Black Chandelure, Storyvox FM.
I shouldn't laugh, but I know I'm a failure in your eyes. I know it's stopped, but I guess I know it deep inside. It feels like we're running back these days, you and I. When it's just the two of us, only the two of us, I could die. You left my heart like an abandoned car, old and worn, I don't use it all, but I used to be free. We're gonna separate ourselves tonight. We're always running scared but holding knives. But there's a black chandelier. It's casting shadows and lies. I'll sit in silence for the rest of my life if you'd like. Tracing our winds with industrial gloves made of wire. Feel it penetrating the skin. We begin to relax. When it's just the two of us and a cute little cup of cyanide. You left my heart like an abandoned car, old and worn, I don't use it all, but I used to be free. We're gonna separate ourselves tonight. We're always running scared but holding knives. But there's a black chandelier. It's casting shadows and lies. We're gonna separate ourselves tonight. We're always running scared but holding knives. But there's a black chandelier. You left my heart like an abandoned car, old and worn, I don't use it all, but I used to be free.
listening to the Pokemania Show with Nate and Rick on StudyVox FM.
Thanks for that, Ash. That was Biffy Clyro with Black Chandelier.
Indeed it was. Black Chandelier it originally was. I was
Yeah.
counting the stickers we've got, but I can't be bothered.
Took too long.
We've got over half of them anyway.
That's
Right.
cool.
Quiz time. Let's get on with some of these answers. Lol at you guys is all I have to say.
I told you I wasn't feeling good about this quiz.
And I feel a little harsh. I should have given... there aren't any points available for describing which episodes they were, but thanks for
okay.
trying anyway. Question number 1. How many episodes of the TV show Pokemon have not been aired in the US or the UK? Now, Emma's gone with 3, and she's put, James wears a bra. Epilepsy issue with Pikachu.
Is that close?
It's close. It's Porygon.
Porygon.
That's the one. Yeah.
It was Pikachu.
It was
'cause
Pikachu that caused the Thunderbolt.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And then Porygon got the blame for...
Yeah.
And the James wearing a bikini. It wasn't a bra. I realise this now.
And
but-
he also, let's just say, filled that bra, which was issuous. So Emma's gone with 3. Nate's gone with Porygon caused epileptic fits. They took out strobing, but it still never got aired.
Number
but he's
of
gone
aired,
with
6.
yeah, I know,
Yeah.
6. And James has gone with. He's gone with the answer 2, but then he's given me 3 episodes.
Yeah.
James dressed as a woman, and Team Rocket has gun. They're 2 different episodes. Band episode with Porygon flashing lights. Now the closest was actually Nate, but he wasn't correct. It's 5.
Is it 5?
Yeah,
I thought it
and
was
the
6.
episodes were Beauty and the Beast, which is the one where James was wearing the bikini. The Legend of Dratini, which is the one where there was guns shown, and Ash actually gets held up with a gun. And at the time there was, well, it's just not a good episode to show. Another one was the Electric Soldier Porygon. We all know why, it caused the seizures. The Ice Cave was banned because Jinx was was the main Pokemon in it, and people thought Jinx was racially insensitive. And then there's the Shaking Island battle between Whiscash and Barboach, and that's because Whiscash causes a lot of earthquakes, and it was not very well timed.
Appropriate.
I've got to give credit to Lisa Levinson on Twitter, who named all of them but just missed the last one. It's good work though.
Good work there.
So question number 2, what was the first Pokemon Ash tried to catch? I knew I'd catch you all out on this. So we all know the first Pokemon Ash actually catched was Caterpie.
Oh, of
Yeah.
course.
But the first Pokemon he tried
Was
to
it not
catch,
Pidgeotto?
Emma's gone with Caterpie,
Spearow.
Nate's gone with Pidgeotto, James has gone with Weedle.
Spearow.
Pidgey.
Oh, was
just,
it Pidgey?
Just a wild Pidgey. So you all got that wrong. Question number 3. How can you tell the difference between a male and female Pikachu? I feel bad, because people have got very close to the actual answer, but everyone, in fact, to be fair, was very close to the actual answer. James has gone with tail colour. Nate's gone with one black ear for a female. And Emma's gone with the zag on the tail is opposite. Actually, what it is, there's 2 things. A female Pikachu has a little indent in its tail, like so it's got a little bit missing. And also, there is more black on the male Pikachu's ears. But I didn't give any of you it because you were...
I was close to the ear.
You don't get me wrong, you were all really close. But if I give it to one of you, then you all have to have it.
We just had a tweet in Missing Go saying that actually there were 6 because the tentacle one, which had September 11th.
Yeah,
That's very good,
The Tentacle and Tentacruel were dubbed and aired in US, so they don't count as being banned. Apparently.
Boom.
Yep.
Right, where are we going? Question 4. What type is the move Rage Powder? Nobody got it. The reason I only learned of this today is because it's Tangrowth. Tangrowth can learn that move. Emma's gone with Grass. Nate's gone with Fighting. James has gone with Grass. It's Bug, I'm afraid.
What did I go with?
Fighting.
Oh, yeah.
And I thought I'd done so well.
Question number 5. What is the name of the fully evolved form of Whismur? Think of the name. The only person who got... Well, everybody latched onto the Whisper thing, but obviously when you evolve, it doesn't keep the same name. So Emma's gone with Whisper, which is definitely
Wrong.
a chocolate bar. Nate's gone with Whiscash. No.
Okay.
And James has gone for Whisperion.
I thought
I
I'd
like it.
make that one up
Yes.
there.
Whismur, Loudred, Exploud.
Okay.
So that's what I was trying to get with Whisper, Loud, you know.
Yeah.
So there we go. Exploud or explode or whatever. XPLOUD. I think it's explode. Question number 6. What does the amulet coin held item do? Now, I gave everybody this, although nobody gave me the proper correct answer, but everybody knew that it helps you get more money from battles.
Yeah, it doubles
So
it.
it helps you
doesn't
get
it?
more money, more prize money received, give more money, but nobody put doubled, but it is double your prize money, as long as that Pokemon takes part in the battle. Question number 7. The event item, the GS ball, was used in the Ilex Forest to encounter which Pokemon? Nate's gone with Mew.
I
No,
just said that because I didn't know.
But you knew that far away
Yeah,
Island,
that's why I
and
just
it's-
put a Pokemon, any Pokemon, because I have no clue.
But along those same lines, if you thought about it, Emma didn't put anything. James, however, has gone for the correct answer, which is Celebi.
Yeah, it is. Been watching too much of the anime.
Did not know that.
Ilex Forest, Celebi's a grass psychic Pokemon. It's an event Pokemon. I thought that was fairly workoutable. Question number 8. What was the original Machamp card's move called? James, good work.
Thank you.
Emma's gone for Rock Smash. That's not correct. Well done, Nate, on four-armed Happy Slap. But that's not the correct answer. James has gone with... You've not spelt it right, but I'm still going to give it you. Seismic Toss.
Yes.
And it does 60 damage.
Yeah, it did.
Of course.
And that Machamp has 100
Oh,
HP.
I've got some poker trivia about the GS ball.
Yeah.
The reason I remembered it is because it's used in the Orange Islands anime, and they never tell you what it's for. It turns out they were going to release Celebi, but instead they did a movie, so they just didn't. They just pretended it disappeared.
Right. Cool. James, you've spelled Seismic Toss incredibly well. Well done.
Thank you.
It almost looks like you've put Sesamic Toast, but never mind. 3 fighting energy and 1 colourless energy to use that move. For a 60, that's ridiculous, isn't it?
Here's back in that day.
So question number 9. What is the age recommendation for the Pokemon trading card game? Nate, you've gone for 6+, or in brackets you've put everyone. Well done. James has gone for 7+, but the correct answer, as Emma well knows, is 10+. So that's what the Pokemon box says. 10+.
Everyone.
But I say just give it a go, whatever. If you're an incredibly intelligent 9-year-old, give it a shot. Question number 10. What is this Pokédex entry describing? Well done, everyone but Nate. Inhaling the gas they belch will make you sleep for a week. They prefer unsanitary places. I was wondering, I thought you'd all get it. Nate's gone with muck. That's wrong, unfortunately. I thought maybe it could be coughing or wheezing or anything like that.
Yeah.
You could think that, but it is trubbish.
Trubbish indeed.
So at the end of that, we've got our scores, and in last place, he wasn't lying. He wasn't lying. He did
Told
not
ya.
do well.
Told ya.
1 out of 10.
That's appalling, actually.
And that's Nate. Sorry, dude. Slightly just off being able to be called Professor Emma for the rest of her life, with 3 out of 10 is Emma McGann.
Oh.
And storming away in the lead with a mighty 4 out of 10 is James Blester.
Good work to all you people tweeting in. Some of you did exceptionally well.
Yeah, let us know what you got. Compare them to what we got in the studio.
I'd
Probably
like
a
to
lot
point
more.
out that genuinely the only one of these that I didn't know was the age recommendations for the Pokemon TCG game. I knew the rest of them.
There's also a question for anyone, a poker
regular.
fan listening.
Yeah.
Suddenly on Twitter, loads of people are suddenly saying Pokemon Crew. I don't know if it's going to start trending soon. So if anyone understands what that is, we can't seem to figure it out.
Pokemon Crew.
yet. Pokemon Crew. Loads of people are suddenly saying it. So if you let us know if anyone understands what it is.
Or start saying Pokemon Crew, but then tagging us in it.
Luke and No Gengar, he got 6 out of 10. Pretty good.
Well done.
Wicked. It's time to move on.
It is indeed.
Pokemon Card of the Week.
Yes, it's the time. The best time. It's my Pokemon card of the
He
week.
says the best time, but hurry this up because you know what happens after this.
Do I? Oh, yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. Okay. So my Pokemon card of the week this week is from the expansion due to be released on February the 6th, the Plasma Storm expansion, and my card is Crobat from this expansion. The reason why I've chose it's stage 2 Pokemon, decent amount of HP for a non-EX Pokemon, 130. Obviously evolves from Golbat. retreat cost of nothing, which is really handy. Resistant against fighting type, which is quite popular at the moment. Weakness to electric, that's also popular, so maybe that could be its downfall. It's got an ability called Night Sight. What this is, once during your turn before you attack, you may draw a card. So it's always handy being able to draw an extra card per turn. Now, its attack doesn't seem like it does a lot of base damage, but it's really, really good. Ultra Toxic Fang, it's called, does 40 base damage. It requires 1 psychic energy and 2 colorless energy to do this attack. The defending Pokemon is now poisoned. Put 4 damage counters put 4 damage counters instead of 1 on that Pokemon in between turns. So if this Pokemon is going to be poisoned, it's going to really do some damage. 4 damage, that's 40 each turn. I suspect that we're going to see this card quite a lot once this expansion has been released. I think it's going to be used quite a lot as a tactical card for knocking down the massive HP of the huge amount of HP that EX cards have. So watch out for Crobat. Also, I think it'll be a good one to start with if you're looking to start playing tactically, a little bit more tactically. So yeah, Crobat. 4 damage counters.
I was chuckling because nobody will know this, but I quickly left the room. I excused myself for a second, but as I walked in, you just went, "Yeah, so watch out for Crobat." It's good advice, Nate.
Always good advice. So yeah, that's my Pokemon card of the week this week.
Ultra Toxic Fang.
Yeah, 4 damage counters in between turns instead of 1.
That is ultra toxic.
That's ultra toxic.
That is some toxic.
That is some toxic Fang right there.
We've got time for another song, I think.
Do we?
Yeah, we do. This is just before what's coming up next. We'll play this song.
Okay. Have you thought of the title?
Yeah, it's this is Bon Jovi, Because Weedle Can.
Another wave in the ocean. I am a rock, not just another grain of sand. Wanna be the one you run to when you need a shoulder. I ain't a soldier, but I'm here to take a stand because we can. She's in a kitchen, staring out the window. So tired of living life in black and white. Right now she's missing those technicolor kisses when it turns down the light. But lately it's feeling like a broken promise. another grain of sand. Oh yeah, I'll be the one you run to when you need a shoulder. I ain't a soldier, but I'm here to take these claws.
Weedle Camp.
I am a rock, not just another grain of sand. That's what I wanna be, the one you run to when you need a shoulder. I ain't a soldier, but I'm here to take the storms with you. King of the king, my love can move a mountain. I love can move a mountain. Just wrap your arms around me, 'cause we can. We can. 'Cause we can.
You're listening to the Pokemania Show with Nate and Rick on StudyVox FM.
You definitely are.
Yes.
So, as promised, it's 9:30.
It's the time you've all been waiting for.
That was Bon Jovi because Weedle Can, by the way.
Yeah.
Just in case you didn't catch that before. Because we can. It's the time everyone's been waiting for. So earlier today, me and Nate had the incredible privilege of catching up with Veronica Taylor, who, as you all know, if you don't, was the original voice of Ash.
Yeah.
Ash Ketchum.
For the first
8 series. She
and the
also
movie.
was Ash's mum, Delia, and Diglett as well, which is brilliant. So we're about to play the interview that we did. If you're wondering why we aren't our usual chatty selves, it's because me and Nate were genuinely just sat there with smiles on our faces, mesmerised.
Yeah, it was incredible.
So please, everybody, enjoy.
Here we go.
Okay, so one of the first questions we wanted to ask, and this was one of the big ones on Twitter, was how did you get into voice acting?
Well, I guess I always wanted to be an actor since I was 5. I was in my first show right before first grade. So I studied, and I went to undergrad at college, and I went to grad school for acting, and I moved to New York, and I didn't set out to be a voice actor per se. I think the main part of being a voice actor is being an actor, but it's just happened that most of the jobs I got were voice related, and as far as Pokemon goes, I had auditioned for an anime, and I was cast in that, and then they said, oh, why don't you come audition for this other project that we're doing, and I auditioned for Slayers. I played Amelia because the girl playing Amelia before me had moved, and they needed someone else, and then the people doing Slayers were also doing Pokemon, so I got an audition for that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, and it's just kind of luckily gone on from there.
Oh, okay. When you started the first season of Pokemon, did you think it was going to be such a success?
No. So first of all, when you go to work, we just record. There's you alone in the booth and the engineer and the director, and we were recording in a studio. When we first started, there was no heat. It was freeze cold, and we were all just working away. And they said, "Oh, it's going to be on TV," and none of us believed that at all. At all. We're like, okay, whatever. Hope we get paid, And then it came on at 6 a.m., and then it was moved to 6:30, and I remember recording the episodes with videotape, way back in 1998, and because I didn't think it would last at all, and we certainly didn't know even year to year if it was going to go on. So, no, I never thought it would be, I had no idea that it would be as far-reaching as it has been. Yeah, it's amazing to me. And also getting to talk to people at conventions, it's incredible how, a show that ultimately was an advertisement for video games. Really touched so many people. You know, I think I played Ash, so of course I love Ash, and I consider him kind of everyman. We all see a bit of ourselves in Ash and that positiveness that he travels with, and always trying to figure out how to do something, not to get beaten by it. And I think that spoke to a lot of people somehow. And, you know, people say it kind of got them through elementary school or high school, and it's a wonderful thing, and I'm amazed that I was part of it, and I'm so happy to have been part of it.
Fantastic.
So, you mentioned when you first started you were just alone in a recording studio with a director. How intense is that recording process? Because I know there was quite a lot of episodes. Did you get them all done as quickly as possible, or do you have quite a lot of time to...
No, it's always as fast as possible. So we would do about 2 episodes a week, and your time in the studio depends upon how many lines you have, really. So, you know, in the very beginning, because nobody was really sure what they wanted, it could take, 6 or 8 hours to do an episode. And then towards the end, because I was Ash for the first 8 seasons, towards the end there were all these other characters, and so let's say Ash might have had 100 lines in the beginning, he would have 50.
Yeah.
You know, later on, and so it would take sometimes 2 hours for me to do an episode just as Ash, because everybody knew what they were doing and we could move more quickly. But you only go one person at a time, and you go line by your line to your next line.
Okay.
And in terms of moving very quickly, I would get to work, they'd hand me the script, I'd go in the booth, and we'd just start. Sometimes we get a little synopsis of what the episode is about, sometimes not.
Okay.
We just go. Yeah.
So did you have the video to act along to at all?
Yeah, we had to match the lip flap. And, someone translates the script from Japanese, and then someone else would adapt it. And then hopefully the person adapting it, as they change the words to match the lip flap, and then when the actor gets in the booth, they see how it works. You know, oftentimes you have to pause in a way that doesn't make sense, but it fits the lip flap, you know?
Yeah.
And then we're trying to make that work, or put in some kind of a breath or something that makes it seem more natural.
Yeah.
But yeah, we would move pretty quickly.
So, after the success of the first TV series, there was a movie, and were you excited to do the first movie, and how was it different from doing the show that you'd already done?
Well, we got to record the movie in a movie soundstage in a way.
Cool.
So we were out of our tiny studio and in a place that, the microphone is in the middle of a really big room, and you felt kind of like, oh, now I'm a real actor, you know. It was really neat, and plus the movie went on for, I don't even know, an hour and a half, was it? Or it was so much bigger. And the episodes are intense in their own way, but this was so much more dramatic.
Sure.
That it was pretty exciting. And then I got to go to the premiere in LA, and that was incredible because I got to walk down the red carpet, and of course nobody even knew who I was or that I was even in the movie, but it was really exciting, and just those tiny things where all actors work really hard, and most of the time no one sees anything that you do, and so it was neat to be in a theater. And then we all went to the premiere here in New York. But to be in the theater and hear the response, that was pretty incredible.
Wow. I can imagine it would have been.
Yeah, very moving.
One question where some of our Twitter followers wanted is, what was your favourite episode or moment from the shows or movies?
Well, I would say there's a lot of... there's so many episodes that are all, quite honestly, kind of blurs together.
I can imagine.
But part of what I loved was that relationship that Ash and Pikachu had. And I loved those moments where it was so... intimate, or after they have first of all, I don't fight very much, so I love the battles. I love stage combat, and I love throwing things and all of that. So those action scenes were great. But, after a great battle, when Ash brings Pikachu back and he says, great job, buddy. You deserve a good long rest. Those little moments where you saw who they really were, not just these cartoony characters. I loved that. And, when Butterfree is freed and all those moments where they were really real. And, and then we all cried. I loved that. So, so there's not a specific moment for me, but just that they got to be real, I guess.
Yeah, well, that was one of the big things about the show, I suppose, that it's the bond between the trainer and their Pokemon. It was a big thing. Another big thing on Twitter was people wanted to know where did you get your inspiration for the voice of Ash and all of his mannerisms and the way he talks? Did you get much direction on that, or did that come from you? Or
well, I think it was a combination, really. For the audition, I got to listen to the original actress, and so I tried to. They wanted everyone to sound somewhat similar to the original, and then. So then I was cast as Ash, and then I was uncast, and then they decided at some point they were going to use a real kid, and then they decided that wasn't going to work out, and then I was cast again. And so as we kind of worked through it, my brother was 10 at the time, so I recorded him, and I said, well, this is what a 10-year-old sounds like, which is similar to what I was doing.
Yeah.
And then I had in mind... I don't know if you've ever seen this, but the stop-action Christmas specials, they're Rudolph, and they're like, little, they're not claymation, but they're little action figures. Rudolph, he's like, oh, she thinks I'm cute, and he has this kind of nasally nose because no one can see that he has a glowing red nose.
Yeah.
And also, Speed Racer was always one of my favorite cartoons, and the voice of Spritle, kind of, I thought as a mashup of those, that's kind of what Ash was. And so as we started, the voice was kind of in a place, and then it was allowed as so many people stopped listening and judging what was going on in the show. We were allowed to kind of get into making it our own, which is where Ash's voice somewhat settled in the first season. So, a very long answer to your question. It was a group effort, but I certainly kept certain inspirations in mind.
wow, I bet not a lot of people knew that. That's awesome to find out.
But and it's also helpful because when you are watching Ash on screen, it was easy for me to kind of become him because, I kind of get into a stance and I can, throw things and be him. And I find when I watch the show, I don't really think of it so much as like, oh, I remember doing that line, but I love Ash when he does this. I can separate myself from it more than I can other characters.
When you watch the episodes back, are you conscious that it's you doing that voice, or does that kind of...
Yeah, in a way, but for Pokemon, I'm more easily able to watch it separately and not think, oh, yeah, I did that, or...
Yeah.
I'm able to kind of take myself out of that and just enjoy the show.
That's good.
Cool.
Yeah, it's kind of neat.
Sorry, Nick.
So I just wanted to ask you, which, if any, is your favorite Pokemon?
Totally Pikachu, hands down.
I had a feeling that
yeah.
would be the case.
I don't know. There's something about Pikachu that's so appealing, and I think who could you choose for a better companion?
Yeah,
true.
Plus Pikachu also never shies away from being itself. When Pikachu is mad,
Yeah.
When Pikachu is happy, So yeah, I would say definitely Pikachu. And my second favorite, probably Lapras, because I love the idea of riding around on its back and traveling.
Cool.
I live in New York City, so I could probably use a Lapras on the streets to get to work.
Because I read, like, not too long ago that originally they didn't want to use Pikachu. They were going to use Clefairy as Ash's companion. And I thought that seems bonkers now.
That would have been totally different, wouldn't it?
That would have been really
And plus,
weird.
maybe too girly in a sense, you know?
True.
Pikachu appeals to everyone.
Yeah.
And Clefairy being pink, too, is a little too... maybe it would have put people off. Who knows? I mean, you'd hope not, but
Yeah.
that's really... I did not know that.
I only read it a couple of weeks ago on I think it was on like a Nintendo website or something, but yeah, I was like, wow. All right.
Also, we've been asked by one of our listeners, is it Lisa?
Oh yeah, Levinson.
Lisa Levinson says hi. Apparently she's met you quite a few times.
She seems
Yes,
to be, she seems to be quite the big fan.
we've met at a few conventions, actually. There's a lot of people that I've had the great pleasure to meet over and over at various conventions, and it's really been fantastic. Also, whenever I go to conventions, I'm always so amazed at how much people know, but also how creative people are. And it's really been an amazing thing. I mean, to be an actor on a show that you love is one thing, but then to connect with people who love that as well, it's been great. So yeah, I've met her a few times.
Wonderful. I'm sure she says she's really looking forward to it on Twitter. She was definitely tweeting a lot. So I think that's about all we've got time for. But thank you very much for joining us.
Oh, it's so my pleasure. I wish I were there in person.
Oh,
but
we
this
do
is
too.
We do
the
too.
next best thing.
Indeed. Okay.
Yeah, anytime. Just give me a ring. Well, best of luck with your show.
Thank you very much, Veronica, and thank you for joining
You're
us.
welcome.
Wow.
Oh, there you go. How was
Best interview.
that? Was Veronica Taylor, the original voice of Ash, and like I was saying, when we did that, she knew how to interview, didn't she?
Yeah, she's used to that.
She knew. Oh, we had very little we had to do then, just
No.
ask questions, and she. Oh, so
Honestly,
much.
such a pleasure to have her on the show. It really is.
Yeah, it is always when you do interviews, you think how are they just going to give one word answers? But she really.
It was excellent. It really
Obviously,
was.
she's used to it. She must go to conventions and things. She said she was all the time. Thank you for everybody who tweeted in their questions and things like that. Sorry if we didn't get a
all
chance
of
to
them,
ask
no.
them all. We had to. Only had a set amount of time to deal with, but we tried to get through as much as we can. We hope everybody enjoyed that. There was a lot of things that I didn't know about.
No, it was interesting to see the mechanics behind that. How they record an episode and understand how that works. And it's
And how she came up with Ash's voice as well.
yeah.
That was really good to.
When she did that little bit of Ash's voice talking about after the battles, I just get goosebumps.
That got real for us, didn't it?
Yeah, it's like, hang on, I think I'm talking to Ash here.
Yeah, we're just like, we're talking to Ash Ketchum. You were saying as well, because you were laughing because somebody said, hopefully you don't get starstruck, and you're like, how am I going to get starstruck? And then
She did Ash's voice, and that was it. It's like talking to a childhood hero for me. So it's it really was. It was
really weirdly
unbelievable.
nerve-wracking as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Really odd thing to do, but I hope everyone enjoyed it. That interview that's been recorded, and it will be going on our Facebook page, so you can listen to it whenever you so desire. If anybody missed it and is listening, it's all on our Facebook. We'll be putting
It'll
it
be
there, so
SoundCloud, Facebook, everywhere, really.
thank you very much to Veronica Taylor for agreeing to do that. It's made our year.
Definitely has.
The year's only just started as well.
I know, and it's been made.
I know, already made.
Socks off, blown.
Right, we have to move on to our next section, although I don't really want to. I want to listen to that interview again.
Let's do it. Let's just put it on again.
So, do you want to kick this one off?
I
We've
do
got some
indeed.
more news for you guys right now.
We do have some more game news and all that. So, if you participated in the 2012 Video Game Championship, the Winter Battle, go ahead and visit the Pokemon Global link right now to go and claim your reward. How did everybody do on that? I know we had a few listeners who took part. Let us know how everybody got on in the Winter Battle. But congratulations to everybody who played. The Global Battle Union Wi-Fi tournament held late last year. Great prizes were on the line, including playable Pokemon Championship points, and then places in upcoming competitions for North American players. There was a berry for everybody who entered in the rankings, the Custat berry. And if you played and qualified for a Custat berry, please visit the Pokemon Global link promotions page now to claim it. Again, I'm sure if you did well, you know what you're doing and will be claiming your prizes. But go ahead and find out.
Definitely.
Let me know how everyone did as well, because I'm intrigued to know, because I know some of our listeners took part.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good work. in other news, January's Koro magazine. Now, if you're not aware of this magazine, it's a Japanese magazine. It's been released, and it hasn't got any new details about Pokemon X and Pokemon Y, but it does unveil Xerneas and Veltal's official Ken Sugimori artwork.
Ken Sugimori.
I can't say it.
I say it like every
I know.
week.
It reveals the artwork as well as their physical stats. I'll show you their artwork from the magazine right now.
Please do.
There's Veltal.
Oh, hello. Veltal.
And here is Xerneas. Their physical stats, Xerneas is 3 meters tall and weighs 215 kilograms, while Veltal is 5.8 meters tall and weighs 203 kilograms. Their types and abilities are listed as question mark for now. Also, there was a bit of speculation. The artwork does confirm that Xerneas' right eye is blue. It would only looked a different colour on the trailer because of the lighting effects. So both Pokemon do have 2 blue eyes, for those of you who were asking. The magazine also revealed that 5 Genesect will featured in the next film, Extreme Speed Genesect. There's 4 normal colour Genesect, each with a different drive, along with the shiny red Genesect revealed last month, which appears to be their leader. Here's a picture of that. You can see the red shiny Genesect there, looking mean.
Looking awesome.
Yeah, the red Genesect will actually debut in the in one of the episode N episodes, and it will appear again in the July film, meaning that the plot of the TV show will directly influence the movie. The last time that happened was in Mewtwo Strikes Back,
Which we've got a big old poster of.
Yes,
because
we
we're
do.
awesome like that. Just to prove that we were as into Pokemon back as when we were kids as we are now. Not more, just as. That whole Genesect thing is cool. The 4 different... That'll be the 16th Pokemon movie, won't it?
Yes.
Yeah, 16th Pokemon movie. And the drive thing with the Genesect. I do believe when Genesect originally, when they announced it, I did a little bit on it. But if you'd like me to go over the drive thing, because there are indeed 4 drives that Genesect can have. Would you like me to go over them, Nate? Explain them to everybody, just so they know a bit more about the movie? Or
We can do, yeah.
the drive thing is it's basically like a held item. So you give the Genesect the 4 drives, and that's a shock drive, your burn drive, your chill drive, and your douse drive. And the Genesect, its look changes depending on what you give them. They don't. Basically, they just turn the colour of the drive, and they don't affect Genesect itself, except for they affect its move Technoblast.
Really?
Which is one of the moves. It's specific to Genesect. One of the moves Genesect had. This is in the video game. I have no idea what they're going to do with it in the
film.
movie. They could go somewhere else with it, but the type of the move Technoblast changes depending on which one of the drives you're holding. So, for example, the shock one will turn it into an electric move.
Okay.
So that's what the drives do, and that's why I suppose they've got 4. But the red one's supposed to be a shiny Genesect, isn't it?
Yes. I don't know what drive that's going to have. Might be something different.
Probably won't need one because obviously the move Technoblast is just a normal move anyway, so it'll just be a normal move.
Yeah, so that's all the news for this week. We would normally move on to our Pokemon fan section. Unfortunately, due to our Twitter account being down this week, we haven't been able to get any of the stuff you've been sending us. But keep sending it this week. We'll definitely show all of
back.
it next week. It's
Our
back
Twitter
up and running.
Apparently it's gone again.
Really?
Yeah, just
I don't know
about 2-3 minutes ago.
Oh, I don't know what's happening with this.
We're going to try and contact Twitter the best way we can and
Yeah, we're
sort this
going to
out.
try and get this sorted as soon as possible. Sorry for all this.
We might have to make a
inconvenience for
backup
us.
account just in case
Yeah.
this happens again.
Yeah, but again, please send them to
Yeah, at StudyVox FM or straight to our Facebook page.
Keep taking part in competitions over at StudyVox FM.
Yes, we should recap those competitions right about now. So this is this week's Who's That Pokemon? So if you know what that Pokemon is, you think you know. Rick did read a Pokedex description earlier. Do you want to read another one?
I'd love to. It's right here. Which one did I do? Using the long fur on its arms like a whip, it launches into combo attacks that, once started, no one can stop. Not even you, Nate.
Good work.
Not even Mewtwo. No one can stop.
And so yeah, if you think you know what that Pokemon is, you can get in touch with us and have a chance to win a booster pack containing 10 cards as well as that card.
The boundary is crossed.
Oh, we've got some
Brought
to
it in
show.
just to show. See, we have them. There they are. It will only be one of these booster packs. This is just the pack it came in. But you know
Yes.
what? I might give that coin away as well.
Okay. you might win a coin as well as a
No, we'll
booster
do
pack.
the coin for the caption contest.
Okay, we'll do the coin.
And then the actual card for the.
But you'll also win a booster pack for the caption contest as well. So you're getting a coin as well. And the caption contest for this week, here is your image. It looks like Psyduck's having a great time there. So come up with any creative and comedic captions for your chance to win a booster pack containing 10 cards and a coin.
Indeed, and a coin which I've now decided.
And a coin.
A nice coin
this
that's got
coin. I'll show you
Zorok
this
on
coin
it.
one more time. Here we go.
Yeah.
Oh,
There he is. It's a Roark.
I want that coin.
Cool Pokemon. Oh, Nate wants that
I
coin.
want that coin.
But if you enter our caption contest, you can win that coin.
Yes.
And the booster pack as well. We're not just giving away coins. We did have a caption in, one of the ones that's caught my eye already. It's from Nox to Leo. Champagne as a headache cure? What a quack.
Oh, that is good.
That's very cool.
That is
Classic caption comedy.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Okay.
We've got our winners to announce as well now.
We do indeed.
So our winners for Who's That Pokemon? Which I will get the image for right now.
You get on that. I don't know which one it was. I can't remember which one last week's Who's That Pokemon was. He's trying to get it. But thanks to everyone for getting it. Of course, if you are the winner, could you please either email us or direct message us on Twitter, put in your details so we can send it to, we can mail your prize of a booster pack and that card along. That would be wonderful. Nate seems to have lost it. What are you doing?
The pictures have disappeared.
It's all right.
We can just announce the winner.
Yeah.
It was. Oh, I know what it was. Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. The winner was Harry Myers.
Harry Myers.
So congratulations.
Thank you.
Pokemon was.
That was a Twitter, wasn't it? That was.
Do you know? Can you tell from the picture?
What?
Escavalier?
Yeah.
Yeah. You look like you were having trouble.
I knew what the Pokemon was. What are you talking
Okay,
about?
that's fine. Yeah, so well done, Harry Myers. You'll be receiving that card. It's not a bad card, actually.
Scavalier.
Steel. Be on your way to you shortly. If you can get in touch with us, either email us at radio@studybox. Okay.
But
You're
email
ahead
us
of me.
radio@studyvox.com or send us a direct message on Twitter. We'll send you a direct message on Twitter. And our caption competition winner was...
It was Alex K.
Yeah, it was.
Well done, Alex.
He won with, of course, if you remember last week's caption, it was Snorlax and Pikachu running with fun... Nate's lost that as well. He's useless, isn't he?
Oh, I know why.
Is it because you clicked on the wrong date?
Here we go. That was last week's on the webcam for you.
Right. And the winning caption was...